I think I smell a barbecue.
We all love trophies, or at least we have some sort of interest in them, otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on this video. Me, well, I love trophies, to the extent that if a game doesn't have them, I just won't play it. It's a very divided subject. Some of us love them, some of us think they're the worst thing that's ever been added to gaming. But that's a video for another time by someone who isn't me. I'm here today to talk about hard trophies, or as hard as it gets trophies for the game that I'm playing. Anyway, here are the hardest trophies for Spyro the Dragon 2, Ripto's Rage. In at number 8 is Lockjaw. A quick disclaimer before we get into this and you think I'm just bad at games. This game is a solid 2 or 3 out of 10 in difficulty to get the platinum, so none of the trophies are particularly hard to me. It's more me going through the trophy lists and going, oh yeah, I remember that one, I didn't like that one. But I digress. Lockjaw takes place in the Aquaria Towers level in Summer Forest. To get this trophy, all you have to do is kill all the sharks that will annoy you to no end until you unlock the power up that allows you to kill them all and let God sort them out. Now, they come in groups of 3 and they're scattered throughout the level. The problem? Well, one of these groups is back at more or less the beginning of the level, so then it becomes a race against time to make sure that you get there in time to kill them with the Super Flame power up. Again, it's not the hardest trophy, but I do hate to backtrack. So, number 7 then, another one that on the surface sounds as simple as it comes. Complete the long distance guide to get the orb in the Autumn Flames. But unless you know this game inside out, and I mean inside out, you'll be doing exactly what I did throughout most of this homeworld. Wandering around like a headless chicken, smashing my head into walls that have just like a 3 pixel difference in the vain hope that something I do might just make something happen. Eventually it did, and I smashed through a wall just a few minutes before I was about to give up and use Google. It's not hard for hard's sake, it's hard because it took me so much longer than it needed to actually find this orb and pop the trophy. Full disclaimer, I didn't actually know this was a trophy, I was just looking for the orb. I guess all I had to do was use my head, eh? Number 6 then. Wow, we're getting through these quick. Number 6 is Duck Uncover. This one might split some opinions. Duck Uncover, don't get hit by Bombo. This dude has 3 phases. You have to shoot him down with your Super Flame, then chase him back to the start point, all while avoiding these bombs that he throws at you. All simple enough. First phase, not a problem. Second phase, a bit more difficult, but I've still not smashed the controller. Third phase... Hello, yeah, is that generic video game shop number 36? Yeah, it's me again. Yeah, I know, third time today, cool. Controllers, yeah. You know what, just send me the case, yeah. the case. Yeah, the box they come in, send me all of them, cheers, yeah. Billy 2, Toys for Bob. No, Bob. Toys for... Just Google their address. It's the building they... It's a company, look, I'll speak to you probably very soon. Alright then, number 5, Ganked. So this is one of those where you just have to be lucky to get this. To break it down, you compete with Tony the Tiger and to see who gets the most meth crystals so that Big Dave doesn't get angry again. Every now and again you'll go for the same crystal, and if you're really lucky you'll steal the crystal right from under his nose. Nice one, free trophy for you. You'll want to try and get this in the first stage of the challenges, and I think old Tony here might have taken a few of those meth crystals for himself in the second stage. The chances of winning, let alone stealing the crystals from him in this phase is, well, slim to none. And on to number 4, Yard Work. This is another one of those that it's not hard as long as you know what it is you're meant to do. After unlocking the Head Bash move, you'll find yourself in the Winter Tundra. Around this area are rocks that you can use the Head Bash to get a gem out of. This trophy is for smashing all of them. That's not so difficult, I hear you crying to your monitors. Well, no, it's not. Again, if you know that you're supposed to do that. Nothing ever tells you that you can do this, so you'll just have to find out on your own or read the trophy list, I guess. Actually, I did this after getting a bit curious, but that's beside the point. Others won't be as destructive as me. Not everyone has just the right amount of issues to want to destroy everything they come across, but still a somewhat functioning member of society, you know, it's just me. So we're into the Holy Trinity, number 3, Olly Oxenfree. All you have to do on this one is defeat the ox that is for some reason throwing bombs at you without taking a single hit. This also takes place on ice, so controlling Spyro is akin to screaming directions at a blind man who's driving an 18-wheeler in a parking lot surrounded by fire. It's difficult is what I'm getting at. The easiest way to do this is just ignore the bombs that he throws left and right and hope that he throws enough forwards that you've killed him before the other bombs in the arena become an actual problem. You know, I've never actually been a fan of the kill X without taking damage trophies. It might as well just say be absolutely perfect in every way at this point of the game. I'm not, okay, I'm just a man, I'm not a god. So it's our penultimate trophy then, Conservationist 1. Spoiler for the semi-intelligent and the ones who've played the game, you've probably already figured out what number 1 is going to be. But we're not there yet, so we're going to talk about this. Kill Crush without killing any fodder. No problem. Oh, except this is part of the fodder that keeps Sparks, ergo you, alive, and this is a boss battle. Excellent. Oh, also if there's any fodder in the arena, Crush likes to go and eat it and replenish his own health, so that part's great too. Look, Crush is by no means a hard boss battle, but it gets a little more intense when you have to look around before making any moves to make sure poor little sheep in the arena don't get barbecued. And yes, you've guessed it, number 1 is Conservationist 2. The exact same thing as before, except this time against Gulp, who is considerably harder than Crush. The same mechanics apply, so if there's any fodder in the arena, Gulp is going to try and eat it, and the last thing that you really want in this fight is him getting his health back. And personally, I found this fight a little bit harder than the final one against Ripto. I did realise later in the fight that if you keep Sparks at full health, then no fodder actually spawns, leaving me free to fight him and not worry about accidentally getting hit or hitting something that I didn't want to. Again, as before, although this trophy is harder than Conservationist 1, it's not the hardest thing in the world, and was probably made harder as I knew I was going for this at the time, but only after say a handful of restarts did it take me to actually finally get this trophy. So look, trophies and jokes aside, Spyro 2 was a blast from start to finish. Like I said before, there are no hard trophies in this game. It's not meant to be hard, it's meant to be played and enjoyed, whether you're a casual or a hardcore, and at that it does succeed. This list is just a bit of fun, and it is in no real order, as difficulty is and always will be a relative thing to the person playing the game. But I do thank you for watching. If you made it this far, give me a like or a dislike, don't walk away without leaving your mark, and make sure to subscribe as I'll be doing this with a ton of other games that I get my hands on.